What is the library? A few years ago at a church silent auction, I won a wicked cool jean vest. Also at that silent auction was a free little library. A family in our church had built it to donate and raise money for a project the youth were doing. I remember fighting tooth and nail over that vest and finally winning it. That was my first memory of really seeing a free little library. I had heard of them before and seen a few on our way to church, but never really thought anything about it. That library went to live at Nancy's house, where her 3 grandsons visit and Daisy the dog lives. Being a self-published author, I've always thought it'd be fun to put one of my books in a library and spread the word about it, hopefully. 2 summers ago, I got the privilege to dog sit at Nancy's and hang out with Daisy where that library lives. Ever since staying with her, I really wanted to put a book in the library, or at least interact with it, but never got the chance. Since then, I became more aware of these fun libraries and wanted to start one of my own. So at the beginning of quarantine, I researched some plans and was going to build it with my mom. Then I went down the internet rabbit hole. I saw all these cool libraries people had made, and it inspired me to build something unique. I saw one carved out of a tree and another one made from an old grandfather clock. I really wanted an old metal newspaper stand, but found none near me for sale. At one point, I found a set of old phone booths. They wanted $500. This idea excited me, and $500 was a decent deal, but I didn't want to transport them, and what was I to do with 2 phone booths when I really only needed one? So, sadly, I scrapped that idea. Getting on Facebook, I posted that I was looking for something that would work as a free little library. I was planning to pay for it, or at least give someone money for whatever they had. Well, a good friend of mine's husband messaged me with some pictures. He had a few pieces, and I fell in love with my cabinet. It originally had a glass door, but we sadly broke that, moving it into place. When I told this guy that I would pay him, he said no, he wanted no money. It was at the beginning of quarantine. We were being asked to not meet with people outside our house and keep to ourselves. I replied back and asked if we could pick it up. He said that he was working and would drop it off around 10 when he was on his way to work. This guy was silent as he dropped it off. He lifted it out of his truck and left it in our driveway. It was perfect. My vision for Abigail's book Nook was coming to life. I was so excited and ready, I couldn't wait. I remember that evening after cleaning it up and it sat on our driveway. Now mind you, this is a 90s era TV cabinet that held your VHS tapes and your CDs and your AYSO trophies. You know, those things that outwon Betamax tapes. Are they vintage now? Can I say that without anybody feeling old? Yeah, probably not. Anyways, I was doing dishes or something where I was aware what was going on. I could see this car out of our window. She was going slow. I quickly got out my Ring camera app to see what was going on before I got up and went outside. She was eyeing my library. Oh no, lady, I thought, don't you dare! She rolled down her window and I told her it was not free and not for sale. See, we live on the end of a cul-de-sac with the perfect corner to put things out for sale or free. Usually the free stuff is gone within a few hours, which we really like when we actually want something gone. Once she left, we had help, but got it moved behind our fence and a blanket over it to keep lurking eyes away. A few days later, on one of my days off, my mom and I went to San Carlos Hardware and picked up some pavers. I had spent a few hours beforehand and flattened a spot out for the pavers, so the library could be up off the dirt and keep it hopefully dry if it decided to rain. As we placed the pavers, we unearthed a green Barbie hanger. Who knows how long it's been there. Once the pavers were placed, we knew it was time to move the library into place. I was even more excited. I couldn't wait to see my project put into place. We were one step closer to opening day. As we transported the library, the glass door came crashing open and broke. This was something we had not thought about as we went to move it. The door had one of those magnetic click and push opener things that was typical for furniture from that era. As this played out in slow motion before us, both my mother and I became sad. She was sad for me, and I was sad for the door. We were going to leave the glass for a while and see if it held up. If it didn't, we would replace it with plexiglass. We ended up replacing it anyways. It made more sense in the long run, as plexiglass is more secure and won't break as easily as glass. I was sad for the door, and my mom felt bad for me, but the more we worked to clean it up, the more glad I was it broke for us and not someone getting a book out, or not some kid walking by and breaking it. It took some time, but the library finally got a door, a little roof, and a night light for the night owls and early risers. There's even a dog water bowl and poop bags for our four-legged friends. On June 28th, we were finally open and ready to serve our community. My little project was now a reality. With help from my mother, father, and inspiration from all my friends, we did it. We could now keep the neighborhood busy with plenty of books to read. Today, August 16th, I cry. I cry not because bad things are happening. I cry because we are full to overflowing. I cry because the generosity of my community is overwhelming. I cry because my little project will probably help someone survive quarantine. If 2020 is going to throw us for a curve, I'm going to swing back and make something good out of it. If you are at home and need a new book to read from Abigail's Book Nook, or have some food you want to donate to Chowder's Food Pantry, swing on by. Our address is in the church directory, or you can look us up on the free little library map by searching Charter 100789.